that's pretty cool. That's actually really awesome. So did you just like apply as like a graphic designer or something? Is that how you got into that? Are you the person responsible for calling onigiri donuts in Pokemon? Is that you? God, I can't fucking get the next note right. I did it! Yay! I think the first G is wrong then. Let's see. No, not me. That sounds good to me. That's what my town tune in New Leaf has been for a little over a year. I enjoyed that. Props if you know the super obscure game that's from. Totally obscure. Nobody played it. Nobody even knows about it. It's on some like platform that nobody ever owned. Like, oh my god, it's so obscure. Fucking line up. Okay. They sure are some delicious donuts. They sure are, Brock. They sure are. You know, donuts made of rice with seaweed wrap. That's totally what donuts look like. That was such a laughable moment. There's someone down here. There you are. Hey, bud. Let's talk. I do not know Gracie, but I do know she's a dude in the Japanese version. They made her a woman in this version because, you know, you don't want to show effeminate men in a video game. That would just be weird. Just be strange. It's more that they just didn't want to have, like, clearly an openly gay character in a fucking game intended for little kids. Hey Blair, how you doing? Your name's kind of like mine, but not. So close. So close. And yet so far. She called me Matlet. Actually, I really like everyone in this game. I don't know what I'm doing here. Do I have a fishing rod yet? I do! Fishing rod is a good thing to have on a rainy day in this game. For sure. Oh shit, this is gonna be really hard with this controller. Let's see how well I can do. With the wave bird, it's really difficult to go fishing. And that mosquito bit me. fucking 5 pixel wide little bugger. I got it! What did I get? What did I get? A jellyfish! Jay. Remember how I told you this game has puns every time you catch an animal? I caught a jellyfish. I wonder how it would taste on some toast. That's good. Entirely new material? Can you tell me the reason behind it? Or is that something you're legally able to say? Because, you know, things... I imagine the show's gonna be like on 4Kids or something like this for Saturday morning cartoons, but... like, we're in a different era than we were 20 years ago with anime, and I imagine there's some things that are just like, oh, it's Gulliver. Like, we wouldn't, change onigiri to donuts today, right? Because kids would understand it's a fucking rice ball, and that's a Japanese show. I'm just curious how if it's an Americanization thing, is that what you're working on, or... Okay, so yeah. Fucking 4Kids, ruining anime. You are why we can't have nice things. I've been to one other country for an afternoon. That was interesting. Well, yeah, that was pretty interesting actually. The one time I went to Mexico. What did he give me? What did Gulliver give me from his travels? He gave me a Arc de Triomphe. It's a thing that's in France. I can't say French words because I'm stupid, so yeah. Even though my name is French. I'm like, don't even. I just don't even. I found a money spot. But before, okay, what do I make? We're in F3. Let's try to find our other money tree first. Because if it didn't take, I'm going to use that one to make the money tree. Or not the money tree, the shovel tree. No, I actually went to Mexico for an afternoon, just went down there for an afternoon. I was 12 years old. Maybe 13, maybe 13. It might have been the summer after, but yeah, that was interesting. So I went with my mom, my aunt, and my cousin. My cousin is like 2 years younger than I was, so yeah. We're just walking down the streets in Tijuana, and the only memory, the only thing significant from our trip there was we were walking down the fucking street in Tijuana, and some little short but really old guy comes out of a seedy alley, and he's just like, "Hey, come into my bar, free tequila for the kids." And we just laughed at him and said no. And that was pretty much, that was it. That was my trip to Mexico. Fucking 2002 or 2001. Oh, there's another bug. Doesn't bug me in the slightest. It's funny. Free tequila for the kids. It was quite the offer, as it were. And technically I could go to Mexico anytime, I remember a couple years ago, oh, my money tree did not take. There it is, I can see it. It's a shame. You have to go buy another shovel. Be a shovel knight. Sorry. Oh yeah, because I remember a few years ago they instituted a passport policy for going over to Canada, and I was just like, well, fuck, because I can't really get a passport right now, I don't think, so I was just thinking like, oh, okay, I'll never... That's weird, this tree should have bloomed. I guess it's not gonna ever go full size. I keep getting distracted by the game, sorry. I live about a mile north of the border, so I could very easily go down to Tijuana just for an afternoon if I really wanted to. And a friend of mine did it recently, and she had a passport though, so she said she didn't have to present it, but she had one on her person, and I don't have one, so I'm kind of worried about that. But oh wow, really? Because back then when I went before, it was like that. They fed you off a bus and you had to go into they asked you where you're from, and I was just like, I'm from California, and you can tell because I'm Californian, and that was pretty much it. But yeah. I mean, if it's still possible, you could totally do it sometime. I'm not really itching to, though, because it is a huge tourist trap, and it's basically... What's a good way to put it? Tijuana, at least on the main streets, is really just a bunch of shops specifically trying to get American tourists to spend way more money than it's worth on useless trinkets and knockoff clothing. So you'll have people like going like, hey, buy this 100% real leather jacket for $90 and it's totally fireproof and waterproof and shit, and like it's made from synthetic shit. Flammable children, there you go. It's just, it's like walking into what you assume would be like a Chinese factory of bootleg toys before they ship out to America. That's exactly what Tijuana is. And the only reason to go as an adult is to go drinking, and I'm just not a big drinker, so it's not really... Yeah, and see a donkey show, so I'm just not really into going. Sorry. I mean, I would, if I could, I would go down to Mexico for like camping or something down in the Yucatan, but that's like really far, and it would be really expensive to go do that. But yeah. I know how to fucking do things, tutorial era chat boxes. But yeah, that's the only reason I didn't want to go to Mexico, is that. Camping, research, things like that. Now Canada, I would love to go to Canada. When I lived close to the Canadian border, I never went, because it was after the time that they just instituted the passport law, and I thought for sure it would be an issue, so I didn't go. And kind of wish I had. Just because I would go and I'd just be jealous of everything. I'd be like, oh my god, this is awesome, I want to live here, but I can't, because I can't make that happen right now. And I can't be Canadian right now, eh? So, yeah. Maybe it's best I don't go, because I might not come back. Get lost somewhere, just be like, oh no, I got lost in Canada. What a shame. Mounties would just be like, you need to go home, eh? You can't sleep on that bench. You're like, I don't want to go home! Canada's a really nice place. I love your country. But you need to go home. You don't even like hockey. I swear I like hockey. I'm from San Jose. We have the Sharks, right? That's like a passport right there. And they're just like not buying it, and then they take me to holding. And I'm like, fine, whatever, deport me. I don't care.